The first half of Harry and Meghan has been Netflix's biggest documentary debut of all time. It debuted with 81.55 million hours viewed by over 28 million households in 4 days, the highest of any doc in a premiere week. Queen Elizabeth II believed that she had to be seen to be believed. The British royal family and the tabloid press have an invisible contract. The palace offers access and the press in return offers favourable coverage. Modern-day royalty is about public relations, offering the behind-the-scenes tactics used by both royals and reporters to own the narrative. From the beginning of the Queen's coronation, a lot of attention and thought put into broadcasting the coronation. The palace partnership with press of the royal family with the press has only increased through her reign. The royals granted the BBC unique access to film their everyday lives for 1 whole year. The family was increasingly seen as being out of touch with regular society in the 1960s, and the programme was considered an attempt to regain relevance. The family in 1917 changed their name from Saxe-Coburg-Gotha to Windsor to rebrand their German roots. Businesses can learn the art of the rebrand from the royal family, which has convinced the Brits that they are truly British and not German. Royal wrote a war on Duke and Duchess of Sussex Harry and Meghan. A few reporters and editors described their frustration with the Duke and Duchess of Sussex for at times not offering them the access they wanted. Royal reporting the dirty game. The royal rota is notorious for creating documentaries. The usual royal rats give the perspective of the different royals that they are indebted to, claiming to uncover the truth about another member of the House of Saxe-Coburg-Gotha. BBC series, titled The Princes and the Press, showed the extreme lengths the royal family will go to receive positive press. Numerous reporters described their experiences working with different members of the royal family, airing the behind-the-scenes stories of press trips, and revealing how they landed big scoops. The reality is there is a far greater level of manipulation that goes on from the royal courts to the media. The documentary detailed the receptions organized by press secretaries, where royals and reporters mingle. There's a reason that these tabloids have holiday parties at the palace, Meghan, Duchess of Sussex explained in a CBS interview with Oprah. They are hosted by the palace. The tabloids are. You know, there is a construct that's at play there. It suggested that, at times, the households of the different royal family members may work against each other, briefing and leaking to journalists who will give them sympathetic coverage. Robert Jobson, Penny Dura and Angela Levin work for King Charles, and when they speak for Buckingham Palace. Dan Wootton, Rebecca English are all Team Kensington Palace, and they speak for William and Kate Middleton. These are pirates with press passes, not experts in anything or real journalists who perform investigative work. The royal rota exists to promote a hybrid of unverified tabloid gossip, an opinion presented as fact. They are used by Buckingham Palace to keep lower-ranked members in check. Royal documentaries are more fiction than fact. They peddle misinformation. Why does a once-respected institution use gutter tabloids to share its message? Politics makes strange bedfellows. At the point in which you decide you're not going to play the game, then don't expect other people to play by the rules, broadcaster Trevor Phillips told the BBC. Editors also described how they would seek out negative stories about Meghan for refusing to hold their side of the family obligation to the invisible contract. The royals are celebrities and caught up in celebrity culture and, in all the gossip magazines and tabloids, the palace just simply cannot control the press in the way that they might have been able to do in the 1950s. The press have royal secrets and they use them to control royals. Prince Harry is a warrior, a soldier, and not afraid to challenge what they consider to be an unfair contract. His family does not like this because some higher-ranking royals benefit more from this arrangement. In 2021, Prince Harry won an apology and substantial damages from the publishers of Mail on Sunday after he sued the British tabloid for libel. The paper had published and claimed Prince Harry had turned his back on the military when he ended his royal role. Meghan, Duchess of Sussex's own legal action against the Mail on Sunday resulted in a judge ruling the paper had breached her privacy and copyright. In a bold statement released shortly after the court's decision, she wrote that the win was for anyone who has ever felt scared to stand up for what's right. While this win is precedent-setting, what matters most is that we are now collectively brave enough to reshape a tabloid industry that conditions people to be cruel and profits from the lies and pain they create, the Duchess said. The decision by royals to take on the press via legal avenues is increasingly common. Younger royals seek an alternative. Prince Harry and Meghan have chosen to break from the traditional media routines and debunk tabloid narratives. Using social media, having major interviews with the likes of Oprah, and appearing on chat shows like Ellen and streamers like Netflix's Harry and Meghan to speak to their own generation. After all, this is a couple that met on Instagram when Harry saw Meghan and their mutual friend on a Snapchat video with filters. Social media has brought on a whole other level of engagement and influence, distinct from the relationship with the tabloids. Younger people want social media royal celebrities and influencers. People want them to be impeccably neutral and interesting. The Meghan Markle hate business model is very lucrative. Tabloid readers and buyers of those magazines are just as complicit in the invasions of privacy because they choose to purchase and read